Our last slammer, his gift of wit or curse has entertained friends and family for a generation. Now his humor and his mastery of spoonerisms entertains audiences in his native Virginia and coast to coast. His book, 101 Games That Teach Storytelling Skills, has been honored by Storytelling World, and his latest CDs delight listeners of all ages. His story is minty freshness. Please welcome to the stage, Anthony Burcher.
Good evening. Now, friends, I consider myself blessed. I have a wonderful job. I travel all over the state of Virginia teaching history to school kids. I love it. Now, I'm not going to mention which museum I work for, but I go around talking about John Smith and Pocahontas. You can figure it out from there. It's a great job. They give me a van and a little box of artifacts. I travel all over. But something happened a few years ago, just about ruined that job for me. It was migraines. Migraine headaches. Now, I don't like when people call them headaches. For me, a migraine is a total body experience. I'm on the ground going, make it stop, make it stop. But there was this one doctor, figured out what was wrong, gave me this medicine that keeps away the headaches. However, if you're a migraine sufferer, one of the things you have to do is figure out what brings on the migraine, what your triggers are. And my biggest trigger is fluorescent lighting. There is not a school in Virginia that doesn't have fluorescent lighting. However, with this medicine, and I got me a little visor that says Jamestown on it, and I was able to go back into schools doing this job I love. Now, I drive up to the school, little van, state van, pull in the parking lot. I always have a small ritual before I get out of the van. I always have a Tic Tac. This is really good advice if you work with kids, because kids are brutally honest. You got bad breath, they're going to tell you. One time I said to a kid, I said, "Can you tell me who was Pocahontas' famous father?" He said, "You're fat." I said, We prefer the term people of mass, but you can call me fat if you want to. So have that have that Tic Tac when you work with kids. For kids. That stuck that in there. So have that Tic Tac when you work for kids. So one morning I'm sitting in the van and I pick up my little box of Tic Tacs, pop it open, and right then I felt the Velcro on my visor come loose. So I reached back and got it like a light, pulled my hand back. I couldn't believe it. That box was half empty. I had dumped about half a box of Tic Tacs down into my collar. I said, well, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever done. Not even close. However, I am now sitting in the van trying to pick the Tic Tacs out of my collar. Then I did one of the dumbest things I could have, trying to get at the Tic Tacs. I lifted up on my collar, all down my back, Tic Tacs. So now I get out of the van, I turn some of my backs to the van, I pull out my shirt tail, shake out the Tic Tacs. I see somebody coming, so I tuck in my shirt tail real quick, grab my box of artifacts, head into the school. Went in, met the principal, he took me down to my first class, and what we do an hour program for the children. I was about 10 minutes into my program when I realized two things I hadn't counted on. The first of all, in that hurry, I had missed about 4 or 5 Tic Tacs still in my shirt. But that wasn't the bad part. The bad part was, in that hurry, I had tucked my shirt tail, not into my pants, but into my shorts. As I was walking around that room talking about history, Tic Tacs were heading south. Now, if you're familiar with the area I'm talking about, there's these two hills that sort of funnel things down south. I'm trying to teach history, but now there's this grinding where grinding shouldn't be. I'm thinking, oh, this is the worst pain I've ever felt. I'd better have a migraine than this. But you can't stop. You can't stop and turn to the teacher and say, excuse me, ma'am, I've got some Tic Tacs in my underwear. No, you have to keep teaching. So I kept teaching. I think, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. Now, I am a good churchgoer, so I decided to just say a little prayer. And sometimes it is actually an honor to ask the good Lord for something he's never been asked for before. So I think, okay, I'm going to make him. And looking at the clock, I got about 10 minutes left. I said, I'm going to make it. But there was one more thing I hadn't counted on. If you are familiar with the Tic Tac candy, it has this wonderful, sweet outer coating. If you get to paradise, you'll get a Tic Tac of pure coating. That's how good it is. But that wonderful coating, it holds in the strong mint. And all of a sudden, it hit. And now, being rubbed into all the raw spots was the burning. Every step was pure agony. It was step, grind, burn, step, grind, burn. And then I finally realized I could cut my pain in half if I did kind of a double step. I'd go step, step, grind, burn, step, step, grind, burn. It was the first class I ever finished for this museum. I was in tears when I was done. Friends, thank y'all so much.